How's everyone doing? I don't have my reading glasses up here. I brought them down. Oh, my phone is crazy. I apologize. Let me see if I can fix this. I think that may be it. My phone stand was giving me problems this morning. Let's see how we're doing. Good morning. I'm a bit sore today, but I'm sure it's just healing. It's nothing to be concerned about yet. Going to the doctor super early this morning. Good morning, Taylor. Good morning, Melanie. I saw that. Yeah, yesterday I don't know why some people didn't get the alert that I went on. So I have been, here it is. I have been playing around with this Benartex Magical Basics by Canvas Studio. It's called Magical Moments. I did put a link in my last live, and I think I found a boo-boo, but that could be, I'm not 100% sure. But I will show you what I did, and block D does not have any block B's, and maybe it's on purpose. I'm not sure, but let me show you. I sewed it up. Hi, Catherine, Donna, Barb. Here, we're just going to go right to it. So I'm going to bring us here. So here it is. It said to pick, basically you're picking 5 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5, okay? Now in this, I made this scrappy because theoretically this piece here and this piece here should be the same. But because I didn't have it, we just kind of reinvented a little. But if you notice over here, there's 2 of these baseball ones and 2 here. And I did follow how to put together these 9 patches. 2 here, but when you come here, it's a different fabric. So I have 3 places where this fabric appears, but over here, it's a different fabric. And I looked at it. It says it's fabric D. These are fabric Ds, and these are fabric Bs. So I think there was a little typo. I think these were supposed to be fabric Bs so that it all corresponds. I haven't decided if I'm going to rip this out yet. I may rip it out because I do have some of this fabric to do here because it's bothering me a little, but so is this red corner. So I don't know. I think I may just leave it. It's for baby's quilt. It's for donation. But I made one super cute. And this actually is a scrap piece. There actually is a seam right here, which you can't see. And this was one piece and that's another piece. And I put them together to make this square here. So, need to say, remember these? I did sew these up. This 9 patch. These are 6.5 inch scrappy blocks that I put in a 9 patch, which gives me the size for the center. Okay, so this 3 6.5 inch blocks, 3 across, 3 down, gives you 18.5 inch square. Okay, gives you an 18.5 inch square. Morning, I'm just looking, good morning, Tessa and Joydy. So we're going to put this right in the center. And I am going to go ahead because we're going to design off of this. We're not going to, you guys will have, you know, you all have now where I got the free pattern. It's a free pattern on Benartex. I did link it. I'll try to remember to link it again. So I'm going to use that as a center. Then I'm going to cut, it's here. Okay, this is cut. I'm going to show you. This again is scrappy. I'm just using what I have. Let me go and press this. So, let me press this here. Then I have the side rails to do. So I just stripped piece, and I meant to call Benartex yesterday to see if I could give these measurements. I mean, it is a free pattern, And I feel like when other people use it, they do, but I want to make sure. So, and I'm liking how I can be very creative with this as well, using my scraps. So I'm going to press this right now. I'm pressing these in. I'll show you what I'm doing here. And then my last one. So my rail, my bars here. Again, scrappy, because I'm just using bits and pieces of what I have in my stash. So I am going to go ahead, and I think I want to put the pink in. Yeah, let's put the pink in. And we're going to work from here. You know what? I think I'm going to bring you up one. I'm going to bring you up one. I'm going to move the camera and bring you up to the top tier. This way I could kind of see comments. Here we are. Okay, Joy. Here we are. So we are going to put these here. And this one here. And this one here. Well, this one wants to be pesky, so we'll have to put probably 2 pins in here. All right, I'm overlapping things. So far I've got this center. I put the pink. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do opposite. So this yellow will come down here with the pink. And these yellows are different. I used 2 yellows. So that's why I'm purposely doing it this way to kind of, so you see I have a yellow fabric here and it's a different yellow fabric here. So I have these 2 the same here, these 2 the same here. All my pink is the same and all my light purplish. Now in these corners, if you notice, the blue wraps around everything, so I need this yellow to wrap around everything. So what I am going to do is going to go ahead, and I have enough of these squares cut, I hope. If not, I'm going to just have to grab some other squares. And you know what? I think I'm going to be funky here. I think I'm going to purposely put them opposite. And then put this one here and this one here. I'm using, and then the opposite here. Of course, now I have to squat. There we are. And we'll put that there. So I have, I'm going to grab these because I dropped them. So now I have my yellow in a continuous way. And now I'm going to fill this stuff up. So I have scraps that I pulled out from my bucket. My bucket, we're going to say, the bucket of size. And thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. And so I don't have to fill it all with these 5 are the same. I can make these 4 cornerstones different if I wanted to. And I almost want to. I kind of want to give it a pop of blue in there. Or this turquoise to kind of play along with the blues in here. So I am going to pop these blue in here. And then I have some more of these purple. I have this purple and I have this blue. That's what I have. So now I'm thinking I may want to play upon this purple and maybe make another stripe or another kind of looking. Actually, I may have enough using this. Let's do this. Okay, let's try something. I actually have a lot of this. We can continue this line, right? We can continue this line with our eye because we have this yellow going around and now we can have this purple going around. I think that actually will look nice. See, we could take a pattern and alternate it to our taste. So I made the pattern the way I wanted, and now I'm just going to have fun with the pattern using my scraps. Look at this. Oh, I had just enough. I actually have more of this, but I did have just enough. Look at that. I had just enough to trick us into, look at that. So now I have the yellow going around. I have the purple going around. And now I can introduce the pop of, here we are. We're going to introduce some more of this blue. Let's introduce more of this blue. Right? I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. We can introduce more of this blue right here. Now, I could find something else to put in the corner. I could use these purples that I have. And I don't have enough blue, so I can't pop more blue in there. But what if I did? I don't like that. I don't like that. I almost wonder if this isn't a little, nah, put that back. Pink. Let's see if I have any more of this pink. Maybe if I have more of this pink, because right now I cut these and these. Oh, you've been busy. These and these. So let me see what I have for pink. I feel like if I have more of this, that would be good. Let me see. I don't know if I do or not. Let's see. Let me walk around. I have these two pieces and I have this. Okay. So let me cut, I'm right behind you. I'm going to cut a 3, I can't tell you the size yet. It is a free pattern. So if you download the pattern, I'm going to call them and make sure that this would be so much easier if I would have remembered yesterday. All right, here we are. I'm coming. So here we are. There's a number of things I could do here. Now, I could put this in here, but I don't want to do that because I kind of like the diagonals. So I do have this pink, and I think I could just add it in the corners. Now, I'm short, and this is all I have left. I am short of this, you know, I have this length, but not this length. But I do have this little skinny piece. So I think I'm going to just Franken piece these together and then put them, I only need 2 more, and put them in the corner. I think that's what I'm going to, and I'm going to put the Franken pieces opposite of each other. I think this is it. This is what we're going to sew up. So as you can see, I took their basic pattern and kind of made it my own. So let me show you some other things I'm doing. Because I threw this on the floor. So this is that Paris flannel that I bought at Joann's. And I was playing around, and when I was cleaning and finding stuff, when I went to my donation closet, look at this. This actually is yardage. It's a cheetah print. And I just cut the cheetah print because I was looking for something to match this Paris back, and I didn't really have anything that I made that matched this Paris backing. So I'm like, but I knew I had this cheetah print, and you've seen it before. I've done lots of quilts with this because I had like 2 bolts of this stuff. And so look at that, and it looks like I pieced it. You know, it's all going to be good. So I have this piece, which is 36 by 36, and then it was behind is the Paris block. So it could be something as easy as that. I mean, what do you think? I mean, it is cheating a little, but it does look super cute. And I like it. So you let me know in the comments what you think. Would you have done the same, or would you have tried to create something? All right. Can you see me? Oh, wait, that's why. It wasn't showing me comments. I see it now. Hi, Tessa. Love the turquoise. You have more of the dark pink, which is this, right? Yes. I didn't see these comments. Having a design wall makes choices so much easier for me. Me too. The cheetah looks great. How cheetah prints. Love cheetah prints, even though I don't have any. You can't tell the difference really, and better to use them than to sit in the closet. That's right. And I knew because it had black and white, it was a good play with the Paris. And you know, it says be brave, follow your dreams, adventure awaits. Maybe adventure awaits in Paris for this baby. And then again, more of this Paris. And so I did finish the quilt. I ended up just putting a basic yellow in the sides to give it the size that it needs to be. So, I mean, you know, I would have preferred this, but I couldn't find anything that color, so we went with yellow. And then we have the Paris in the back. And now I dropped all those on the floor. Oh boy. Here is more Paris. I basically got 3. So you have not seen this. I had this cut out so that we could sew yesterday, and then I never sewed it with you all. So I'm going to show you what I did. More scrappy ideas. Ready? Look at this. I love elephants. Look at this. And you've seen this fabric. And another border of elephants. And yes, there is a peekaboo of blue on the top and on the bottom. Well, this is the top because I needed to make it 36. Isn't this? So this was a border print. I don't know where it came from. It was stashed with my panels. I'm thinking I must have bought this or someone gifted it to me. And I thought maybe I could cut out the elephants and make them into a quilt. But I mean, I got to get rid of stuff, right? Out with the old and in with the new. There's no new yet, but they will be. There's always new coming. So out with the old and in with the new. And then I had a chunk of this ABC, and I thought it played well, all the colors with the colors in the elephant panel. So I just kept this the length it was. I added these, measured, realized I needed to add more, and so that's where the little peaks of blue came in.
Muy lindo lo que traes puesto. Muy lindo que traes puesto. Okay. Good morning, Omar. Let's see. I think it works well. It's super cute. And yes, Paris isn't back, and that's okay. I mean, it's okay. Because the front is the star. The back is just for cuddly goodness. All right, let's go with my next one here. And yes, I have one of Granny's presents to me many years ago. So I brought that out to be nostalgic. If you know what, this would not all happen if it wasn't for her. She's the one who inspired all my sewing. So, you know, I should, you know what? I should dedicate this mission to her because this is the reason I'm doing this, passing it forward because she taught me about sewing. So I think I need to make this mission about that. So look at this super sweet. This was also in my panels, but this wasn't a panel. It was just border print. See? But I only had a little tiny chunk of it. Again, don't know where it came from. How's your mom doing? Sad. Muy lindo. Thank you. So we have this right here. And I took this border print and I just left it long. So it was the 40-something inches, you know, length. What I did was I left the 40-something inches fly. And then these here are those blocks that I made. The crumb, just, you know, I don't want to call it crumbs because they're not really crumbs. They're just random blocks I came up with, okay? And I put them in here. And I used, let me see how, so these are 6.5-inch random blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I put 7 down on both sides. So one side and this side. And then that fat quarter bundle, remember this, that was in the other one. I didn't have quite, I needed a little bit more than a fat quarter. So what I did was I used this, which plays on the colors. And then I just needed a little, so I had some extra of this and I just added it there. Same thing here, and then added the extra. And so look, we could make things out of little scraps that we have and little bits and bobs. And I think we get a cheerful little baby blanket or baby quilt, sorry. I think it's cheerful. Hola, Johnny, ¿cómo está? She says, happy Saturday to everyone. Everything comes together in that quilt. The blocks and nice is so bright. So I think so too. And I think it's great because a child with, right, the family who's going through this and they have these little sayings on their little ones who are going through a terrible time. But, you know, they're little fighters. They're little survivors. You're precious, sweet, and radiant too. I mean, these are just lovely messages to a child who's maybe not feeling their best. You're a princess through and through. You know, I don't know. I just love it. I wish I had more stuff like this, but I don't, because I would just keep sewing sayings like that. So we have that. This has not been long-armed. And so these are the 3. He loaded up, like I said, he loaded up that Paris fabric for me. And so that's it. I didn't do very much after that. I'm just actually going to do this and put that right down there like that because I can't bend. I just love it. So right here, I'm going to take these and Franken piece that to the size I need. And what I've been doing is putting all my, specifically for this project, because this is a specific size, I just been putting all my bits and bits and pieces in here. And, you know, in case I need to find something like this. Then, what else did I do? Here we go. And I'm stretching. Here we are. I made some kits yesterday. This is for another thing, which I have not done. No kits for this. Oh, the other tip I have, if you're making this, you know, just know that the two D's here need to be B's. Is I made myself a little swatch board. And I just took some Elmer's glue and I just put the letters, because you need A to E, no, A to F, and then G is the center. This way I can get straight if you're going to do it identical to this, then I can get straight how, you know, all these letters, which fabric I'm pulling from. That was just a little tip on that. Okay, so I like the way how that went together so much that I made myself little kits. So when I wasn't sitting and I needed to stand, this was great. So what I did is I went ahead to, oh, I made these wrong too. I made these wrong too because I did not correct my mistake. Whoops. Well, you know what? It's just going to have that. It's just going to have that mistake. I went ahead, that's right, on these. So this is one stack of those 9 patches. These are the strips for the sides. And this was also gifted fabric. And I do, I think it was Mitzi, but I'm not sure. Someone gave me this. Someone gave me a lot of this. So I do have that. It has little baseballs on it. So I'm going to use this as my center panel. And then these are the bits and bobs left of that fabric that I used in that one. And we're just going to go with it. So this is like a baseball themed one. I have a second one that's baseball themed. And then look at this. I came across this little sweet fat quarter because this center, now a fat quarter is 18 by 21. But sometimes you get a generous cut fat quarter and you can just kind of get that 18 and a half. So that's where this one came. When I measured this fat quarter, I said, it is just almost at 18 and a half. And so I went for it. And I did get an 18 and a half inch little piece. Isn't that cute? That's all I had. And then what I did was I just went in and grabbed colors out of this. So I didn't have quite an orange. I had more of a yellow orange, but it's cute. And there's some gray in here. So I had these. These were already cut. They were from a former project. And so we threw those in because those are gray. And we have this like green. It's pretty close to that green there. So we threw this in. And then we're going to mimic the dark blue. I didn't really have anything, so I just went with this. It's going to be good. And this is actually going to be the 2 bands on the outside. And then this is going to be in the center. Like I said, very versatile pattern to make things do. You know, make do with what you have. So that's another little package that I have all put in. And then we have this. So I found this fabric in the stash. These were fat quarters. So I have this stripe. This striping is going to be the center. And then you saw these fat quarters before. I cut them up. So it'll be like this. And this will be the center stripe. So it will look something like this here. Which block is not quite right? It is block, I think it's block 4. Block 1D. Block 1D is the one. And I didn't realize that when I put those together, because I put them all together at the same time, thinking I'd, you know, move things faster. So now they all have that same mistake. Am I going to pull it out? Honestly, probably not. I mean, if this is something that was going to go into a show, maybe. And going forward now, I'm fixing it. But for that quilt and these 2 coming up, it's going to be what it is. So here we are. We have these. And then again, I don't know how I'm going to integrate these blocks into the corner, I just cut everything I had left over of this, this, and this. I may have to find more of this size and just kind of integrate some. And then my center panel for this is a super sweet Tula Pink center. So we're going to put this in the center. And so that's another little kit. So when I'm feeling good, I can sit and sew these kits. And when I have to stand, I can cut up some fabric kits. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 kits here that I cut yesterday. And that one I cut this morning because I was playing with that panel. And then we just played with how to place it. So I'm loving this. It's going good. Can't go wrong with Tula. No, you can't. And now I'm up to 1, 2. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have 8 over there. Oh, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 8. Wait a moment. I thought I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. So I have 11 that have the batting in it. And then I have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 kits here. So I think I did pretty okay. So pretty. You encourage me to play with color every day. I'm glad, Johnny. And not only do you play with those colors, you play with that pattern. You would be amazed the different looks that one pattern can give you. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to Franken bat that. And I need, here it is. We're going to pull this down. We're going to pull this down. I'm going to grab a design board because I'm going to pull this down with a design board. So I know that my pink is going to go there. And put this here like that. Now, I don't know. Let's see. Can I twirl this around? Can I twirl this around? Yes, I can twirl that there. I can twirl that there. And I can twirl that there. So I'm making 4 identical blocks that would look like this for this look. So here we go. I'm going to pull them down. And then I could bring this to my sewing area. And then we could sew these up. Oh, I just dropped those. And drop those. So there's going to be a lot of picking up of pieces. That's the only bad thing. Normally I wouldn't have a problem with that, but honestly, the bending I can't do. All right, so we have this. And now we're going to take my trusty grabber here and grab all these bits and bobbin pieces that I just, thank goodness for this thing. I love this thing. I think maybe everybody for Christmas should get one of these things. Even if you don't have, my mom has an issue. So, and my daughter I know has these, but maybe I should buy her another so she can have them in the different rooms. Look at this thing. It is picking up all the goodness. Now, if I can only get someone to come over and vacuum, my room really needs to be vacuumed. And vacuuming is one of those things that they said I can't do. So, I don't know. So, I'm just going to go with it. If they're telling me I can't vacuum, yeah, don't need to vacuum. I'll just try to find someone else to do that for me later. All right, so I'm taking all my pieces here. So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we are. So now I have those ready to go. And then I just need to Franken piece 2. Ask your kids or honey. Well, my kids, well, I only have one, and he is doing a fest. So today is Olive Day. So it's the town where we have this big, oh, look at that. That thing is, I'm not going to stay on that. I didn't realize that. I'm going to have to retire this. Olive Day is this big festival in town, and I love going to Olive Day, and I can't go. I can't. There's no way I could do it. I have one in my sewing room sanctuary. I have 2 grabbers. I love them. Yeah, I have one, but definitely can see why one would need more than one. I have a grabber in every room of my house. My favorite has a magnet point at to the end. Oh, that's good. A magnet tip. All right, so we have these, and we're gonna just stick them on here so that I can extend this a little. Let's see, what did I watch yesterday? Something Tomorrow's. Again, remember I told you on Netflix I was watching? I finished watching that yesterday. That was a good movie. That was a tearjerker. I was crying at the end. I had tissues. I even used one outside in my yard to pick up sticks. You know what? I said that, Joydy, like when I go out cleaning in Puerto Rico, that I need one of those grabbers. I totally need. I'm obsessed with those grabbers now. Now that I have experienced a grabber, that's it. So I have my 2 pieces. I'm going to stick that back in there. And then I will cut this to size. And then I can start constructing my stuff. So today is Saturday. And today there is a lot. Oh, here it is. I'm going to grab this and grab this. Today is a lot of content creators out there that have shows today or their lives. So go check them out. And let's see. We are going to, I'm going to find a game of some sort. Let's see. It's a mess. I really need a helper. I need a sewing room helper to help me organize, because I realized that this year, as much as I'm trying to keep on top of it, I really have, I really made a mess of it. Okay, here we go. We're going to do this survival. I have some survival cards. Ready? And then Sean, the guy who sews, comes on in an hour. Are we ready? Ready? How to send a Valentine's Day card to someone special. A, write/make it yourself, and in your own hand, deliver it in person if you can. B, buy the most expensive card you can and sign it anonymously and drop it in the mail. Or C, copy the lyrics to a love song and have a friend deliver it to your special person. Have the friend drop a big hint that you're in love with them. You know, Charlie Brown maybe needed to know this. Remember watch that Charlie Brown Valentine's Day special? He probably could have used some of this. So this cutter that I have here was something that was a yard sale find, right? When I buy things and they're just got a lot of sewing notions in there or whatnot. It was one of my boxes I bought. Look at this thing. I've never seen anything like this. It's a little dangerous. I could see why Fiskars does not make this anymore. But look at this. I'm very careful because it's a little, you take this and you push this down and look at how far down that blade goes. And then you cut. But then there's this two little side things and then it retracts. But I don't know why this freaks me out. Good morning, Muriel. And so there we go. So A, B, or C. Do I need to say that again? Hi, Sheila. I've been putting you on in the morning, then falling back asleep. I'm glad I could put you right to sleep. What a compliment. I understand. I do this all the time. I fall asleep on lives, especially if I'm tired and I have it on. Okay, how to send a Valentine's Day card to someone special. Ready? A, write or make it yourself in your own hand and deliver it in person if you can. B, buy the most expensive card you can. Sign it anonymously. Drop it in the mail. Or C, copy the lyrics to a love song and have a friend deliver it to your special person. Have a friend drop a big hint that you're in love with them. And with that, we're going to put those on the side. Move this out of my way. And we are going to start sewing this 9 patch. Now, this 9 patch here, it dropped on the floor, and that's why my floor really needs a good vacuuming. So this 9 patch here, this 9 patch, I'm sewing it singly, all right? But let me tell you, when I did that other, what I did was I did strip sets. So I didn't do the 3 strip sets, I did 2. So like I would do, if it said A and B, I'd do A and B, and then B and C. And then I cut those, subcut those, and then I used that to create my 9 patch. And it went by quick, but that's when you're making more than one of the same fabric. You are so right. Okay, I can't. This is driving me nuts. I have an appointment on, I think it's the 11th for my eyes. Again. Let's see. It's not you, but it's the sound of, no, I know. I'm just busting Sheila's chops. I know it's not me. No, I know it's not. I mean, I have the same issue during the day. If I put in a live, I'll start. If I'm not in my sewing room sewing, I'm in my bed, I just naturally fall asleep. Has nothing against the content creator. I'm just tired and it's soothing. Hi, Andrea. Well, I guess nobody's sending Valentine's Day cards. No secret admirers Valentine's Day cards. All right. So, we got any A's, B's, and C's? If not, I'm calling it. I'm going to call it and tell you how to survive the whole Valentine's Day debacle. I think all of them. I think you're right, Melanie. I think there should be a D, all the above. That's all right. I think all the above, but actually the answer is write or make it yourself in your own hand. So there we go. So now, okay, so we have figured out the debacle with the where is my I don't know what I did. Well, we'll just use the, oh, here it is. So after the debacle, we're going to call it the 1, 2, 3, the Valentine's Day debacle. Okay. We did A, right, for the Valentine's Day debacle, which is write, make it yourself in your own hand and deliver it in person if you can. So you delivered this in person, and now here we go. How to react when someone panics. So you see our lovely Valentine's Day thing. Hi, Donna C. So now apparently we said in panic to that person. How to react when someone panics when you give them a Valentine's Day. It doesn't say when you give them a Valentine's Day card. I just added that. Okay, how to react when someone panics. A, assume A strong position of authority with the victim, explaining why the panic is unfolded. B, speak in hushed tones, gently reassuring the victim that you understand his or her fears and are here to help. C, give the victim space, leaving him and her in seclusion for about a half an hour until they calm down. I can imagine. I think it triggers a lot of people. It's just a money-making day anyway. We don't really celebrate it much here. I mean, we do when we don't. Like Honey and I say, Valentine's should be every day. You should treat your honey every day like it's Valentine's Day. It shouldn't just be this one special day that you show your good side. That should happen every day. So therefore, Valentine's is not a big deal at our house. But you know, when you're little kids and you're a teenager or a tween, you know, Valentine's Day is not great either, right? But you know, you got those crushes and you think, oh, I can, I don't know, reveal myself. That last one is true. Oh, give the victim space, leaving him and her alone in seclusion about a half hour until they calm down. I mean, I like that answer myself. Sometimes they just need a moment, right? Especially, you know, if you gave them a Valentine's Day card and you didn't want that. Nothing like young love. Yeah. Well, when you're our age, right, we just want to be treated nicely every day, not just on Valentine's Day. Okay, so we had those like that, and now we need to put these on there. So the answer to that, and it is not C, it is actually A. I don't necessarily agree with this. I think, you know, when I was panicking just recently at the hospital, right, because the thought of having to get all the IVs and everything in me and everything, right? I don't think I would like if someone did A, and nobody did A. The nurse was very calming, and she's like, I'll give you a moment. She says, I'll talk to the, she was trying to come up with solutions. Basically, you know, just, you know, let's calm down. So I don't know how old these cards are, but I disagree. They say, assume a strong position of authority with the victim, explaining why the panic is unfolding. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I would agree for B and C. And I feel like B and C, it was given to me when I was in the hospital. And let me tell you, when she did that, you know, because I wasn't thinking clearly. I just didn't want to be poked anymore. I was done. I didn't want it. But when I had to go and walk to give her a sample of something that she needed, and then and Honey went with me, and I came back, I calmed myself, having that little bit of time away from the cubicle of all the machinery that I was hooked up to, because they took me off of the machinery so I could go to the bathroom. And I came back feeling a little better. Right? They got that all wrong. I don't think that that's right. I think I think if that nurse was stood there and yelled at me and says, we have to do this, you don't have a choice, stop panicking, calm down. I think that would give me more anxiety and angst. I don't think that would be the right way to go, at least for me. That wouldn't have been it, no. But I guess maybe that's old-timey stuff, because like back in the movie days, right, you see people slap people, right? You see those, you're hysterical. Oh my gosh, talking about hysterical. Yesterday I was watching that that comedy show Another Time, and sometimes it's off. I mean, I don't know. It's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little weird. But there's something about it that keeps drawing me, and I mean they have many seasons of it. It keeps drawing me to this weirdness. I don't know if it's boredom or what. And they had some weird show, and they were this Dr. Freud was this character, and he was treating these three women for hysteria, and it was kind of hysterical. But it was weird. It was weird. I mean, you know, we just don't treat people like that anymore. I know that, and I do know that that's how they treated women with hysteria back in the day. Because I watched a whole documentary about women's health through the ages, and one of the glimpse was the time when all the women who just didn't want to say yes to their husband were considered with hysteria, and they had to be treated. And the things that I saw, I thought, I don't know about any of this. Give them a quilt. I like that. Hi, Andrea. I have PTSD that causes severe pain. If someone yelled at me when I was in the middle of a panic attack, they might get the bad end of their attack. Yeah, exactly. That to me would be like combative. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Oh boy, we've got to hide that person. Oops. Hey, you got to say nice things, Nicholas. They didn't see your message, okay? We got to be nice on this channel. All right, so here we have our 9 patch. And now I have to figure out, right, how I'm going to press, because those side panels, the yellow is going in, which means that anything that touches that, which would be this, okay. If that's pressed in, these have to be pressed out. So this gets pressed out, and that gets pressed out. And then these get pressed out. I'm just kind of looking at where these are laying in the quilt to figure that out. So that one gets pressed out because that would go this way on that corner. And this here would be pressed out because this was pressed out. And then these theoretically should be pressed in. That centerpiece. This is how I figure stuff out, honestly. Sometimes you just have to kind of talk to yourself and walk yourself through where you're placing this block. So now that I've pressed this for just this corner, so this is going to go into that upper right-hand corner. So this would be out. Then when I press this, this also has to be pressed out because this here is pressed in. So we're going to take this, sew it. And I'm just doing one right now. So that I can figure out the pressing instructions for myself. And that's done. Okay, so now we've got the Valentine's Day and the panic attack debacle, because that was a debacle. Okay, here we go. Oh, this would be good for our quilting. This is actually a good survival question because we use glue when we quilt. So here we are. You ready? how to keep a bottle of we don't use super glue. Never mind. I don't think anybody is super gluing their binding on. So I guess this wouldn't apply to us. But maybe some of us are super gluing. Ready? So I've got to press this in as well. So this gets pressed in and this gets pressed in. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So this is what I mean by it. These two are pressed in here. Oh, if I flip the switch, a stitch, well, it's staying there. I'm going to just clip it here because it's... Okay, there we go. So everything, these two are pressed in and these two are pressed in. So that's going to go there. Now let me see. If I turn this, see this corner, it would be different because this corner would have these out. So every corner, I think, let's see. And then if I twirl this again, this would be right. And this would be, I don't know. Every corner is a little different. So you know what? We're just going to go with it. And we'll make the best of it. We may have to flip things around. I'll do two that are flipped in and two that are flipped out. How about that? So these have to be flipped out. Because let's see, that's the outside. Yeah, these have to be flipped out. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to just finger press for a second and get me together here. I never did tell you the glue question. Ready? Where's the glue question? Here. How to keep a bottle of super glue from drying up. And here it's A, put in the microwave oven for 20 seconds before storing. B, keep in a dark closet. Or C, keep it upright in the freezer. Now, this is good information because every time I use super glue, when I go back to reuse it, it's done for. I have to buy new super glue. So this actually is pretty good info. So how to keep a bottle of super glue from drying up. A, put in the microwave oven for 20 seconds, not 20 minutes, 20 seconds before storing. B, keep it in a dark closet. Or C, keep it upright in the freezer. What do we think? Ooh, there's all kinds of messages. My messages aren't going through. There's a lot of messages. Oh, I need to stop and read. A lot of messages. They're not like, normally they fly up and they're not doing that today. Glasses, oh gosh, glasses are on now. Guess I'm not going back to sleep. I woke up at 3 a.m. and made a purple spice iced coffee. I don't drink coffee, but it sounds good. I didn't realize what time it was. Melanie, I'm finishing up my I Spy quilt today. That's great. I have a panic attack on Valentine's Day. Bring me chocolate. Well, chocolate's always good. I made 2 fall quilts this week, and I'm now using the scraps to make a table runner. Hi, Rita. Good morning. I have frozen M&Ms for emergency purposes. That's cute. That is cute. Oh, wow. I need autumn stuff. It's usually Halloween stuff I have. I donate most of them for Quilt of Valor. Yep. Football is definitely going to interfere with your quilting, right? Definitely is going to. I see it, Sheila. Well, for me right now, I was in the mood to do autumn quilting. Still in the mood to do autumn quilting, but then this whole thing with the baby's blanket just came up, and then I just put everything back. I was like, yeah, autumn next year sounds good at this point. maybe in October I'll do some, but right now I'm on this baby kick right now. I just want to get some of these baby blankets going at this point. So I'm doing 2 out and then 2 in. I don't know how else to explain it, and see how it all shakes out at the end. And with that said, it's 8 o'clock. I just didn't realize the time went by so fast. So to the super glue, I'm going to give you the super glue because, you know, we all got to get over to Sean's. It was the Chiefs. Okay. So how to keep super glue from drying up is A, keep it upright in the freezer. Keep it upright in the freezer, folks. Didn't know about that, but that's really kind of cool. Didn't know that. So everyone, take care of yourself. It's very important you take care of yourself. Pass it forward. And if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. If you'd like to send some baby blankets my way, you know my address is linked down below. And I all hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Hi, Deb. See you all soon. Bye. I'm going down to have breakfast with my honey. Bye-bye.